Parker.
I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown!
It's on. It's Tuesday. It's time for some live crazy shenanigans. I hope you've got your shenanigators ready. I don't know what that is, but I hope you have them ready. It's time for some shenanigans. Don't miss the shenanigans. Yay! I see lots of familiar faces already popping up in the chat. Woohoo! Dan, you did not miss the shenanigans. Good job. Oh, man. Let's do this. So, how? What are you doing?
Very precariously, put it right there. Yeah. All right. Hello, everyone.
How's it going?
How are things on this fine? Well, here Tuesday evening.
It's beautiful outside.
This is the
for once.
This is the 4-week period in Texas where the weather's nice in the spring. We got like a 4-week window in the spring, a 4-week window in the fall.
Yep, and that's it.
And
Rest of the
otherwise,
year,
it's kind of...
Why do we live here again? That's crazy. I'm just saying.
Because it's the best. All right. Tonight's our variety show where we do a variety of things.
We do.
Yes.
We do.
Hello. How are things going on?
Yay, good to see everybody.
All right.
Hello.
People are showing up.
See, look at you guys remembering it's Tuesday and all. I'm so proud of you. That's actually a chore nowadays.
I think it's more the notifications popping up.
I don't care what it is. You know what? Mad props for
push the
looking at
little
that
bell. It tells you when we go live.
Yeah, but I get tired of notifications after a while. So, I heard that. Come here. The dog is excited too. She's like, shenanigans. I'm going to beat up a dog toy.
All right, folks. As always on our variety show, we start off with games we played since last we varietied. Is that a word? Varietied?
As much as shenanigan.
I've invented a word. Since last we varietied.
Punitated. We're going to make a Hunter's Dictionary for non-words.
We played 7 games.
Where's that toy?
It's not too bad.
Actually, yeah, it's not that bad. It's been crazy. I cannot reach her. The dog is crazy. She's just come unhinged. We'll start with the shenanigans from the dog early. Aha! Got you.
So pardon the interruption.
Look at this poor sad thing. Ooh, it's been killed.
All right, we
times.
played 7 games. We played
a
couple with the children. Well, kind of. And then we played a bunch of...
Kind of? What?
We played a bunch of our favorites. We played some new games. A little smattering of everything. And as always, I rank them from worst to best. And I give you my BGG rating that I gave the game.
Cool.
So let's start off with one of the kids' games. I'll give this a 6 for me, but an 8 for kids.
Totally.
And that is Dragon Realm.
Somebody, one of you guys told us about this, wasn't it?
No, it was actually over on the Dice Tower.
Oh, what
when I was
it?
chit-chatting with Mr. Z. Garcia, one of the topics came up was sequels to board games.
Oh.
And someone in the comments, I don't remember.
So it was another chat.
mentioned Dragon Realm, and I had no clue it was even out. So R&R, or whoever is this, who's Game Right needs to get on their advertising campaign.
That's
because
right.
I had no clue that this game even existed.
Right.
Until someone commented about it.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is a sequel. Definitely a sequel to Dragon Wood.
Cool.
Dragon Wood. It's uses some of the similar mechanisms, but kind of tricks them up a little bit. So this adds a area majority aspect to the game. So this game, if you haven't played Dragonwood, let me give you a little quick synopsis. It's a set collection game. So you're basically collecting cards, kind of Ticket to Ride style ish, and then you use those cards to go and fight monsters by getting sets of cards. So it can be like a numeric order, same number, same color, different things like that. You go fight cards, you collect cards are your victor points. Is how you win the game. This one has a similar aspect, but instead of fighting cards and monsters, you're going to different locations, kind of like
Yeah, I was trying to think of what game.
Smash Up, maybe? So they're kind of like
Almost,
bases.
yeah.
You're going to locations, and each location has a number you're shooting for, just like the monsters. But if you conquer a location, you get to put meatball guys on the different cards.
Yeah.
And then once the card fills up, they score. So you're, instead of collecting cards, you're trying to take over different locations and get points that way. So it's very similar. The feedback I received from this game is they like it. This is the kids. But they like Dragonwood better.
I think part of it is there's no screaming in this game.
They love screaming.
They love to scream. The fact that you're only sorting things and not just and not screaming at buckets of spinach and stuff, that was disappointing to them.
Yeah, this one kind of takes a step up and takes a lot of the kitty stuff out of.
But the kitty stuff was what.
No, I'm not saying it's wrong to do. I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm saying this one doesn't have as much of the. It's kind of maybe a 10 to 12-year-old ish kind of game as opposed to a 6 to 8-year-old game, right?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure younger kid Nessa played it just fine. And she's 8, so.
Oh yeah, I mean if they're used to playing this, this wouldn't be.
But it's
the
I think it's a
step.
I think it's a slight step up.
A little bit, yeah. It's a little bit
Dragonwood.
It's a little bit more of a game, but there's no screaming of buckets of spinach. So keep that in mind as you do that.
A lot of Texas people on our chat.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're on the Prosper Aubrey border, so we're up north of you guys in Carrollton there.
All right,
that's funny.
So there you go. That's Dragon Realm. It's a good one.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
If you like Dragonwood and you want something very similar,
this is good.
But slightly different. Very similar, but slightly different. This is the game that this game to try out.
I liked it. I liked the fact that multiple people can go to these locations, and then it's a majority of them. Whoever's got the majority and it's wins. I liked that. It's a little more tactical.
And it's like a lot like Battle Kittens.
That way, yeah.
And Smash Up, the way the bases score. So like first place will get so many points, second place will get so many points, that sort of thing.
It does. It reminds me of Battle Kittens a lot that way.
All right.
And I think that's why it went well.
So next up, we tried the Crew 2-player.
Dun dun dun.
So there is a 2-player variant for the Crew because in Isolation Land, there's only us to play the non-kid games. So
because Caitlin has not been very interested lately. She's in teenager land.
So we decided to try the 2-player variant, and we're not a big fan of most 2-player variants. We kind of, and it says on the back, it says with 2-player variant.
And you're like,
so I read the rules. I looked at how the 2-player worked, and I'm like, we're not gonna like this. That's the first thing I thought.
We tried it anyway.
But it is definitely playable.
It is.
And beyond that, it's actually interesting.
You
play the game. I mean, it plays very similar to the Crew, but it's a different game.
Yeah.
So the way it works is, let me explain what the Crew is, and then I'll go into the 2-player variant. So Crew is a trick-taking game. It's a cooperative trick-taking game. You have all these missions. There's 50 missions in the box that you go through one at a time, and it has like a goal you have to get. Like a certain player has to take. Basically, it's someone around the table has to take a trick that contains a certain card, and it gives you different tasks. And there's different. You have to get them in certain orders, or you have to do this one before this one, etc., etc. In the 2-player version, there is a third neutral player,
which we usually hate ghost players.
That you build a kind of a tableau for them, and whoever's the commander, whoever's in charge of the mission, controls that ghost player or whatever you want to call it. And so it adds a completely different puzzle to the game, right? Because not only do you have to look at your hand as the commander, you have to look at what information you have for the ghost player, and you control that player. The thing about it is, the trick is, you don't see the ghost player's entire hand. You only see basically half of his hand to start. So he has there's cards that are buried that you can't see.
Yeah.
That you have to expose and figure out. Like if you're looking for a certain card, like someone needs to take the green 2. it could be buried in the ghost player's tableau, and you have to seek it out. And then once you find it, you have to react to what's going on. So it adds, it makes the game even more puzzly.
Yeah, it adds
than
more
the
puzzle.
regular crew. Because in the regular crew, you're only worried about you're worried about everyone's hands, obviously, but you're mainly focused in on your hand. But as a 2-player game, there's another complete hand of cards that you have to take into account.
Yeah.
So I liked it. I didn't hate it. I didn't go, wow, this is the most amazing thing ever.
No, but if we just want to throw down and play a card game.
But the crew is playable, in our opinion, as a 2-player game.
And it's got a high replay value because you're doing different scenarios every round. We just played a slew of 10?
Yeah.
I think it was. Played 10. And boom.
It's definitely not exactly the same game. It
feels different.
It feels different than when you're playing.
But it's good.
But if you only have 2 people, it is doable to play the crew.
It's pretty cool. I like it.
There you go.
I like it.
I give it a 8 multiplayer with more than 2 players. 7 with 2 players.
I'll allow it.
All right, moving on to my number 5. Counting up from 7.
Wow.
Number 5.
Wow. Okay.
Is Evolution Climate. Evolution Climate.
Oh, yeah.
Evolution Climate. So, the only exposure we have had to all the different Evolution games was my first Evolution with Nessa.
Yep.
And we played that, and I enjoyed it quite a bit.
That was actually really fun. I really
It was
liked that game.
it kind of went out of, it was like in fashion for a while, and then just disappeared off the map. It was one of my favorite games to play with the kids.
Yeah.
Because it felt like an adult game.
Yeah.
And I know why it felt like an adult game, because it is really close to the actual Evolution game.
Good.
It's
yeah.
really close.
Really
so it's
good.
basically
It's a
just
real game.
if you ever played Evolution, you're basically building creatures with different traits. They have defensive traits and attacking traits and things like that. And certain traits block other traits, and you got to kill it. Your carnivores want to eat, and you have to fight for food. There's a scarcity of food. The kids game is exactly the same. It just reduces the traits down.
Yeah.
And it makes it simple that if you have burrowing, I need to have burrowing to eat you.
Yeah.
Instead of your burrowing's countered by my big claws, or it's
something.
It's
There's
not
something
more.
else.
It's not a more complicated thing. It's if we have the same trait, then we can attack each other.
Oh my
This
gosh.
one is amazing. This is Evolution Climate, which is I jumped in and got this one because not only is it Evolution, it's Evolution Plus because it adds the climate board and events and things like that. So it's like Evolution Plus. And supposedly you can pull all the climate cards out and not use the climate board and just play Evolution with this. But I would never play it that way because
it wasn't that
the
much
climate
more.
was really good.
It is
so
cool.
I enjoyed this quite a bit. And Nessa played with us, and she did just fine.
Yeah, she seemed to do pretty. Didn't she beat us? Or no, you won, I think.
I won. We were all within 5 points.
Oh,
of
that's
each
right.
other.
Yeah, we beat her. We did beat her, but it wasn't by a lot. I
like it. It's a really
Not bad
interesting
for-
game. The climate thing adds another kind of thing that you have to worry about. You know, it can increase the amount of food you have available or decrease the amount of food. It can kill off certain sizes of animals. If it gets too cold, then the small animals die off. If it's too hot, then the big animals die off. So it's kind of, you got to kind of have a balance, and it's kind of some hidden information. It's got a lot of cool things going on. I really enjoyed it. So I give this one an 8 as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say getting some Evolution love from peeps.
Yeah, I like it.
So
I enjoyed
very
it.
cool.
It was fun.
It was.
Nessa
really
liked it quite a bit too.
Yeah, that was a nice, pleasant surprise. You never know sometimes.
So going with the trend of us playing games that are designed for a lot of players, 2-player, we played Awkward Guess.
Oh my gosh!
2 players.
Oh my gosh!
It worked just fine, 2 players.
Love this game.
The only thing that, so there's a 2-player variant. 2 players play slightly different. It just tricks up the auction. If you played the game, it's very much like Clue. It's a deduction game. You're collecting cards. The cards give you certain information that you're tracking on this mat. It's locations and weapons and movement of people and who's seeing who where and all this stuff. But it has an auction system. So unlike Clue, you're not going to a location and say, okay, give me a card, show me cards that have to do with the ballroom or whatever. This one's similar. You pick locations and people, and then it's a bidding system. You basically say, I got 4 points worth of cards.
Well, we still had the bidding before.
But it's forced in 2 players.
Yeah.
So, there's a bidding system where everyone says, I got 4 points of cards, and someone else says that's 3 or whatever. And they're okay, I accept your bid, and I'll trade this. We trade the same amount of points of cards. In the 2-player version, it's same thing, except if she offers 4 points of cards, then I have to give her 4 points of cards. I don't really. There's no auction system.
Yeah.
It's basically whatever she does, I have to trade.
Reciprocate with.
Yeah. It has to have a trade, unless I pick something that she has nothing of, and then I draw some cards. Another difference in the game is the cards kind of just keep floating around, and there's some discarding. In the 2-player version, when we trade, let's say I trade 3 points of cards with her, 3 points of cards, we write down our information, and then we immediately discard them from the game.
It's crazy.
So that you cycle through cards much quicker in the 2-player version.
But it's also a good opportunity that, because you cycle down to 3 cards at the end of the round, I could also take a card that has some really good information and trash it so that I'm down to my hand size of 3, that he'll never see that card. So there's a little bit of, sabotage going on that can make it really tricky, which turned out to be kind of ironic for that, because we were both doing that left and right, and then we both solved it at the same time.
Yes,
by some
we
crazy
had a perfect exact tie on the game. Yeah. We tied, we both, the same round. Basically, the way it is, you vote, every round you vote, you secretly vote, are you going to try to solve the case? And on the same round, we both revealed that we were solving it, and we both got it correct on and
it's cool because you have that little app thing, so you can put it in secretly, so I can see if I got it right before I hand it over to him, and he can check his. Right. So that if I had something different than he did, I like the way that worked out. It's really
if you like deduction games, this is definitely one.
This is how I wanted Clue to be.
Right.
This is what I wanted Clue to be. Yeah. This game is.
If you played Clue as a youngin', and you enjoyed it quite a bit, this is like the gamer version of Clue. So I give this game, overall, an 8.
That's all?
An 8. This is not really my kind of game. I give it an 8, but the 2-player version I'm giving a 7, because I really do like the bidding and the auctioning and the strategy of that. Because I don't like it's basically, it's not really an auction. She's giving me cards.
I need a new quarantine partner. A 7. What's wrong with you?
It's a 7!
What's wrong with you?
I said a 7. It's a 7.
Goodness.
What do you give it? What do you think it is?
I think that's a solid 8, 9.
Okay.
There you go. You heard me. There it is.
All right.
Woohoo.
All right, let's move on.
I'm messing with him too.
So we're jumping up into the upper echelon of games. So I'll give this. We haven't played this game in a while. So what we started doing. You go ahead and show it. So what we started doing. Maybe you can't show it. So what we started doing is games that have lots of expansions. We're starting to. We're going through our game that we play. We're playing with everything. We're playing every expansion, everything that we have, and then afterward we have a little chit chat, and we decide what we liked and didn't like. And, and I think this is one of the ones where we threw in the box. Did we do it on this one?
Yeah.
I don't think we did on this one, but we basically make a note. We did it on an acronym.
Oh, okay.
We're making notes, kind of mental notes, what we're going to play with and not play with going forward.
We did put a note, but it's inside a baggie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, Terraforming Mars, we have everything for Terraforming Mars except Turmoil. We have everything else. We've decided we're axing colonies.
Yep.
From our plays, unless someone playing with it, they want to try kind of colonies. We're playing with Preludes and Venus and the expansion boards sometimes.
Stuff, yeah.
But colonies, we've axed it out. I think it's more of a distraction, and I think the last time we played, we didn't even use it.
Yeah.
And we set up all the colony stuff, organized it,
and
we didn't even touch it the whole game.
Yep.
So
there you go.
Terraforming Mars is one of my favorite engine building games.
Good game.
I love it. It's got such great combos. It's got a great flow.
Yep.
It's interesting. It's thematic, in my opinion. It's the cards seem thematic. So if you're making plants, you got to have a certain amount of oxygen and a certain temperature. If you have fish, you have to have oceans, and I just think it's really cool. And I enjoy this game. It's one of my favorite card-driven games. I wouldn't consider it a card game. It's too much of a board game to be a true card game.
I agree.
But I love it, and she loves it more. So that's all we got. So I give this one a 9.
It's so pretty.
This one's a 9.
No, this is just a really good game. And once you get it out, I'm very happy that we have all the insert stuff. I think that helps speed up.
That's why I freaked out when she flipped it.
Yeah, because setting this bad boy up anymore with all the expansions and stuff is, it's still a bit of a workout, even with the stuff, as you can see. So, you broke everything. Look at you.
This is colonies. We can just throw this.
Okay. You need help. All right, so.
Anyway.
But yeah, it's,
and everything doesn't fit in the box anymore. So
yeah, this was a early,
well, we also bought the 3D boards that are really massive and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, I forgot about all that. All that fun. All right.
All right, so we're moving on to the 10s.
Yeah.
Well, I consider a 10. Someone punitated this game down into the 30s on our top 100.
Yeah, because 30s is a horrible rating.
It is. We talked about this right after this game. Is if you go from the 30s in my top 100 up to the top 10, that is, for me, that is a big gap. It's not a flattening of the curve. It is.
You're doing measurements of magnitude here.
Yeah.
We're talking
Orders of magnitude.
orders. Thank you.
Anyway,
My brain.
Orleans.
Whatever. You can talk smack all you want. This is a good game.
And this will be forever the first game we played with my Iron Clays.
That's true. They were fun. Yeah. Because there are coins in this. Well, there's supposed to be money in this.
So Orleans, this is just one of my favorite games. I don't know where she gets. This game. I remember it was for like 3 years straight. It was my 14.
That's right. It was, wasn't it?
I think it actually went up to like a 12, my 12 or somewhere like that. I love it. I love this game. We played with everything except the intrigue. We play with the trade instead of the intrigue. We don't like the intrigue expansion.
Yeah, the intrigue's kind of meh.
But I love it. We played it. It's a really cool. It's a bag building game. I don't know what the right you draw tokens from a bag and use those tokens as kind of worker placement type things, and to get more tokens, and you send the tokens off to die. You basically call them like you do in deck
No,
builders.
what is it called? What do they officially call it though?
Good deeds. They go off to do good deeds.
Good deeds. They
love this
murder themselves.
If you like Euro games and you haven't played Orleans, you're doing something wrong.
You gotta try it.
This is the 90-minute sweet spot. It's actually quicker. I think, well, if we played with all the expansions, it's probably 90 minutes for us. If we played base game, it'd probably be an hour because we just crank
We're used
through
to
it
it.
now.
Yeah, you just...
It's
getting faster.
It's just really good. I love this game. It's amazing.
So,
one of my all-time favorites. I give it a 10. It's a 10. This is a 10. It's a 10. I love it. So we basically we played the game, and like early on I was destroying the game. About midway Rebecca was destroying me, and we ended up within 2 points of each other at the end.
That was painful.
when your scores are in the mid 100 what was it, 130s 140s, I don't remember what it was. When you get that high of a score and you're within 2 points of each other, I said it's basically we tied.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
We call it a tie.
Yeah, we know what you logged on BGG stats.
This one. I mean, if you like games like what's some similar games? If you like games that are the weight and the feeling of like Great Western Trail and Lorenzo and what other ones we got there in that kind
Lorenzo's
of
a little
spot?
Heavier, I think.
No.
Really?
No.
I think it is.
What else is in that sweet spot?
Yamatai, Crown of Amara,
Coimbra,
Coimbra.
Underwater Cities, that kind of what I consider a mid-weight Euro. Most people probably consider it mid-heavy Euro game that plays fairly quickly. It's a really good game.
It's just fun.
One of my faves.
Of course, if you're incredibly unlucky with bag draws, then you probably would hate this game.
But you can mitigate it if you send stuff off to do. That's how you do it. If you keep drawing the navigator dude off, you start killing off your
or you
stupid
do what I do
navigators.
and build a building where he becomes the wild. Yeah, buddy. That's how I caught up with him. So I built 2 buildings that basically made 2 of my guys wilds for everybody else. It was greatness. So
All right.
there
And my favorite
it
game we
is.
played in the last 2 weeks.
No
one
one
of
would
my,
ever.
one of my top 10 all-time favorite games.
Oh,
It's
I hate
Rebecca's
this
number
game.
2, I think, right?
I don't know what you're talking
Is it
about.
your number 2? Number 1? I don't remember what that was. It was like
Oh
top.
my gosh.
Is it your number 2?
Yeah.
Anachrony! Oh, I love this game. This game is, so good. One of my all-time
I think it's number
favorite
2.
games
It's top.
ever. So this one's a heavy game, but what's really cool about this game, it's super heavy, it's pretty complicated, it's a bear to learn.
But
Once you get it down, it's an hour game.
Yep.
You can play it in an hour.
that's the cool thing. So
You get this massive, heavy Euro feeling game
in
an hour.
But yeah, it is top heavy when it comes to learning the game. There's a lot. It reminds me of Gaia Project and that whole like super heavy weight. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's simpler than Gaia Project when it comes to actual execution of the game, which
Yeah.
is kind of
Once you
fascinating.
learn the mechanics, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
If you play heavyish
Yeah.
heavy-ish Euro games. But yeah, this game's, they say the box says 30 minutes a player, and that's pretty accurate. We played it in about an hour.
this box is bigger than a baby.
And it's completely
full.
packed
Chock full.
to the brim.
But we got a bunch of crap, extra crap. Oh my gosh, it is up to the brim. And this is
This is the one we
with
stuck
an insert.
the note in.
Oh yeah, there's our note. But yeah, this insert, see, like the inserts go up to the top of this box. It's pretty
It's
crazy.
completely full of
Yeah.
stuff. So it's a worker placement game. It's definitely a worker placement, engine building, resource management. It's got time travel. It uses a cool time travel, not real time travel. It's got time travel mechanism where
You actually travel through
Yes.
time,
You kind
but
of
only forward.
you kind of do. You kind of do. So the way the game works is there's a phase in the game where you go, man, I really need a yellow cube. I'll just send a yellow cube from the future to me. Now,
You can do that every turn if you want, but then you eventually have to pay all this
and
nonsense
at some point
back,
in the
and
future,
you have
you're
to
going to
spend
have
all
to
your
send a
time-
yellow cube back. You have to basically,
Dude.
Discard a yellow cube to send it back in time.
So now you got to find a way to get all this extra nonsense. I don't know. I'm very careful about my flagrant abuse of the time travel. Hunter, on the other hand, is like throwing.
I'm like, keep sending me
resources.
stuff. Keep sending me stuff.
I don't know how.
I got a building that lets me
Did we-
pay off those
Did
stuff.
you win this last time, or did I still win?
I don't
can't
know.
remember.
I
It
can't
was
remember.
really close
I
again.
can't remember who won.
Yeah, it was another really, really close game.
As much
which
as I
still
talk
blows my
about
mind.
winning and
'Cause
losing,
it was-
I really don't. I don't really dwell on it. I mean, I do my big
No.
dance.
But I was just trying to think because I was like, you tried that crazy. I mean, you were time traveling like every round.
turn
And
I
I
was-
just.
And I built buildings that helped me fix
That's true.
that.
You had gotten some buildings that did that. I did not find those buildings in time, so there was no way I was going to be going crazy like you did. It was hilarious though. It was like, oh, I need some of this and that. Like it was grocery shopping, and I was like, you got to pay that back.
And I did. I paid everything off. I did not get any negative points at the end of the game.
What does the note say for Anachrony? Oh, you want to know?
All right, here's our
decide
note.
What we liked.
So, because we have everything for it. In fact,
Yeah.
the Kickstarter should be coming soon for the new expansion.
What?
What did I do with the note? Where'd
Oh
it go?
no! What'd you do? Do you?
Oh,
know
it's
that
here.
note?
All right, here's our note.
All right.
I don't know what NB is.
Nota bene. Oh my gosh.
Some Latin thing.
Holy good goodness.
Free actions do not count as a turn. We always miss that
forget
rule.
that.
Here's what we did. Doomsday track, bleh. So we don't like the Doomsday track in the expansion. Alternate timeline, which is a variant that you can play. Yes. Starting asset draft. So you start with a kind of, instead of just getting what
Asymmetrical start.
your culture or your path or whatever it's called gets.
With your race,
You
yeah.
actually draft your starting resources.
Yep.
And then in-game condition draft. So at the end of the game, there's some in-game scoring cards that you just normally just randomly throw some out. We actually draft them and pick them. Then there's the Adventures, which is also an expansion.
That one was.
We
good.
like that one. And
Yeah.
then there's the Guardians, which we really didn't use, but it's almost no setup, so we're going to use that
Yeah,
as
we
well.
want to try that one again.
But the
We-
Doomsday track, with the
we want that
Doomsday
one a
track,
little
that's the only thing we axed was the Doomsday track, really. The only thing, what it does, it makes a variable in-game condition.
Yeah.
So normally, you know that at a certain point in the game, it's the in-game gets triggered. And with the Doomsday track, that trigger, the game can move forward and backwards in time. So basically, it could happen on. Normally, it happens on round 5. It could happen on 4 or 3, or it could happen in 6 or 7. It may never even happen. You may just play the 7 rounds, and then
that's what happened.
That's what happened. We didn't even have the in-game trigger. We just played the maximum number of rounds, and then we scored at the end. So we didn't like that because it's one of the big aspects of the game is preparing for the impacts. So basically, there's this big giant asteroid that's heading towards the planet, and it hits, and basically you have to prepare to leave. You have to build your ships or whatever to get off the planet, to evacuate the planet. And every path has a different thing they have to do to prepare for that. If in Doomsday, if you do it right, the impact never happens. So if you prepared for evacuation or designed your play to evacuate, you may not even need to evacuate. Nope. So you lose. Not only do you lose any resources or stuff that you built towards that, you don't get the bonus points for evacuating.
Yeah, I was all prepped to go.
So we were playing.
Hunter ruined it.
I was basically playing. There's 4 paths in the game, the base game, what we have so far. 2 of them are kind of good guys, and 2 of them are kind of bad guys, and 2 of them are trying to make the impact happen faster because they're like greedy and they want to make.
My people were doing that, right?
Yes,
I had a weird race.
The other 2 races are trying to cause the impact not to happen. They're basically trying to prevent it from happening. That's what I did, and I actually prevented the impact from happening because we were really, like I said, we're playing all the expansions together. I was really testing them out to see if we like them or not. And I'm like, I'm just going to go all in on the expansions. And I did the Doomsday track, and I basically saved the world. And I even though it probably helped me.
He wasn't happy about saving the world.
Even though it probably helped me win this particular game, I did not like the fact that it so radically changes the game. But if you're looking to trick up the game and have some variability and change up how it plays, that's definitely going to happen.
Julio was mentioning that you might want to put some of this info in like our guild page or whatever, because they find that pretty interesting about.
Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea to put like the name of the game and then what we play with and don't play with. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Can you write that down? So
sure.
I'll forget 10 minutes from now. That's actually pretty good.
Your secretary.
So yeah, we're good. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is.
I think.
Yeah. So we basically played with everything. The only thing we didn't like was the Doomsday track.
Yep. That was a long way to say I liked everything.
But I love this game. It's one of my all-time favorite games. It's in both of our top 10 games of all time. It's one of our super, super favorites. So, I don't know how hard it is to find anymore. I know they just did the Kickstarter for the new expansion, and they actually did they made a bigger box. Because the expansion
You're going to need a bigger box.
Expansion is not going to fit in this box. It is exactly. I mean, it is literally
Jaws.
It is literally the exact size of the box. So there's no space. So
terrifying.
basically, they made a bigger box. And
so does that mean we have to travel back in time to get a bigger game box?
No, it's from the future. They sent it back to us.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yes.
Just got to make sure we're taken care of.
10 out of 10. If you haven't guessed, we love this game. It's an awesome game.
It is totally. It is indeed.
All right. New games. We got 2 new games that came in the mail today. Like, literally today. So we're going to talk about them. So let's talk about them.
Oh my gosh.
So we got the expansion for My Little Scythe, Pie in the Sky.
Nessa's very excited about this. And even Caitlin's excited because there's a fox.
Arctic Fox.
Arctic fox.
2 new races or clans or whatever they're called. We have owls.
They're orange. I'm totally playing them now.
I don't know how good they're going to show on camera, but
I can get up.
So we got owls and Arctic foxes now.
They're adorable.
There's a little owl.
There's a little fox too. I'll show them off. Oh yeah. The airship's big enough you can see it. But here is our cute little owl. Look at that. Isn't he adorable?
It's got a light shining all over him. You can't see him.
They can see him. You can see him. Sort of.
It's glary.
You're glary.
Sometimes.
And then, see, look, isn't he cute? Aren't they cute? Okay.
And then there's an airship.
Don't know what it does yet. Or maybe you do.
It's like a superpower.
Cool. Well, there's only one, so I figured it's something.
So it
cool.
added an
Fight over.
airship, and there's a trophy related to the airship. It added more. It gives you more options with all the things. It adds more special superpowers and more seat cards and more quest cards.
The game is so cute.
So
Oh my
it's
gosh.
kind of a cool little expansion. Two new races, another trophy that you can get, and an airship. Which you can play two ways. You can have every race or whatever you want to call it, clan has their own airship superpower.
Mm-hmm.
Or alternately, you can just shuffle them up and randomly give everyone an airship superpower.
Very cool.
So, the Forbidden Pie. So the airship has powers, and the owl power has the Forbidden Pie. So.
I'm hungry for Forbidden Pie.
So there you go.
That sounds
So it's
good.
Nessa's anxious to try it out. The new
I'm anxious to try it out.
My Little Size.
I'm not
Pie
gonna be
in the
nice to that
Sky
kid next time.
expansion.
She destroyed us. I am pie fighting that little punk out of the sky.
So
That's my goal.
this is just came out. I don't think. I think we got it like a week or two early because we're Stonemeyer champions or whatever they're
Your
called.
triple gold platinum.
And
over there.
then Rebecca's birthday present came in.
What the... This is like when you buy the wife the vacuum cleaner, right? Okay.
So I bought Rebecca
Yeah.
a vacuum cleaner for her birthday.
You're a mess.
18 Chesapeake has arrived. This is like 18XX Lite. And it plays 2-player. It has 2-player rules in the box. It's not a weird variant. I mean, it is kind of a variant, but it's not like an extreme variant. So it's playable. Apparently, it's playable 2 players. It's obviously going to be better with more, but it plays 2 players. It is, I believe, the lightest 18XX game that there is.
So
I read the rules in like 10 minutes. It's like it's basically bare bones, not necessarily a bad thing, but bare bones 18XX. There's no tricked up powers, no tricked up things going on. It's a very simplistic stock market. It's a simplistic track system.
he's trying to woo me into these 18XX games, in other words.
It plays in between 2.5 and 3.5 hours, which if you know 18XX, that's like half the time it normally takes. The bank is fairly small compared to other 18XX games, if you know what that means. So that's one of the reasons it's so short. You may not even make it through all the different phases of the game because the game is so short. It's just a great. It looks like a super introduction to 18XX. So I'm excited to try it out. I think Rebecca will actually like it because it's not just completely overwhelming in terms of special abilities for the companies and different rules.
Yeah, because I'll just run a train off the rails and be like, "Oh, whoops, I lost the game," and you'd be
the
like,
map.
"Oh."
The map for an 18XX game, the map is fairly small.
Tommy says resistance is futile. It
Even has a cool little revenue tracker.
man.
I don't know if you guys can see that.
Look at how exciting that looks.
But here's the map. I'll show off the map.
What
to
is
you
this?
guys.
It looks like a calendar. This is not exciting. Look, what is?
So
Oh,
there's
Lord.
the map.
The game actually sounds interesting.
There's the map. It's if you know 18XX.
The
That's
art is not drawing me though.
That's a pretty small map.
That's
for-
true. It's
for
a small
18XX.
area. It's a small area.
It's just really. I mean, it's really cool. The
I like the fake money that they really don't want you to use. That cracks me up.
Yeah, it actually says in the rule book. We included some paper money, but
But
we
we
strongly
recommend you don't
suggest
use
you
it.
find a alternative. But what was I going to say? The 2-player, if you know 18, I'm not going to go into too far into 18XX. It's a stock market train game. But for those that have played 18XX, the 2-player variant's very interesting. The way it works, it's just like any other. There's the only rules changes are that when you buy the president's share, this is going to be foreign languages if you don't play 18XX. When you buy the president's share in 2 players, you get a 3 share instead of a 2 share.
Really, do tell.
And whenever you buy a regular share of the stock from the bank and or the pool, you immediately, before you buy, you discard one of the shares. So one share just goes out of the game, and then you buy a share. So there's going to be less than the normal 10 shares to to quicken the game and to make
Yeah, you said it's smaller.
to make the game more the money more concentrated, because there's not going to be divided 10 ways. It's probably only going to be divided 5 or 6 different ways, 5 or 6 ways. So it accelerates the game. It makes it easier to get a large chunk of a company as opposed to a small piece. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far in it, but anyway, looks like an amazing. I don't know of a lighter 18xx game than this one. So
Cool.
and
No, I'm curious. I'm
and
very
since
curious.
we're going to play this on Rebecca's birthday, which is in 2 days. No, we're not going to play it on her birthday. It's just a joke, but
we
maybe.
might end up playing it.
Rebecca's birthday is in 2 days, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
So there's that.
I know they already were like saying happy birthday on there. You guys are awesome.
So yeah, she'll definitely report back. She's never played an 18xx game. She's never played anything. The closest she's got is she played Big City of Big Shoulders.
I did like that.
Which was basically half an 18xx game and half a heavy Euro game. Anyway,
I like heavy Euros though. So
there you go. I'm excited.
we'll see.
I'm excited.
I don't know what the difference
All aboard,
is.
What's that?
He's a poor Rebecca.
For Rebecca, probably. But
Meanwhile, Tommy's breaking quarantine to come over.
But the thing is, she really enjoys
No, I do.
tile placement games.
I do.
And she enjoys puzzles. And really, if you boil...
That was the sound of death. What was that? What just beeped on your computer?
I don't know. Anyway, if you really boil down the track system in 18xx, it's tile placement, and it's a puzzle of finding the most efficient way of moving around.
Oh yeah, I'll probably
thing.
like that.
So
Jokes aside, I probably will like it.
I think she'll actually enjoy it.
I mean, I liked Leaving Earth, and I like I know Stockpile's a lot lighter, but I liked that, and I liked I'm terrible at it, but I liked Antiquity. I like a lot of the heavy games that have some weird engine thing going on in them. So I don't know. We'll see.
And the other thing about that particular 18xx game, why I keep saying it's a great introductory, it actually goes through. This is what an 18xx game is. It explains each little piece of the game.
Cool.
It explains.
So I'll like it then.
It highlight basically every time there's a term in the game. There's some terminology in the game.
Yeah.
It highlights it in dark print when it's first said. So if you're going, oh yeah, what does it mean when trains rust? You can look.
Cool.
You can go through the book and you can look up the word rust, and and you'll know where it first shows up, and it'll have a description of what that means. Again, I'm talking 18xx jargon. Not that I'm an expert or anything, but it's just it's laid out for someone that's never played an 18xx.
That's cool.
At all.
That's cool.
So there you go.
Very cool.
There you go.
Yeah, Leaving Earth. I like that game, and that's very mathy. So, interesting.
All right, so there's our new
Interesting.
purchases. I don't think we got anything else going. Nope, that's it.
No.
All right, so now 2 things are going to happen. One, we're going to do a Rebecca's random review.
Ooh, are we?
And a bonus back of the box review.
Of course.
And then we're going to play a round. Our last top 10.
One round?
Well, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. Our last top 10 video was games that we play only to appease our spouse. And someone in the comment of the chat, I can't remember who it was, said that we had to play the games that I only play for Rebecca live. And we're going to do that. We're going to play one of those games that made my top 10, Unspeakable Words, live. I don't know how well it's going to go across because I'm not going to mess with the camera, but we'll try to talk.
We'll see.
We'll try to talk through what we're doing. I'll teach you how to play the game. There's 4 variants to the game. We're going to allow the chat decide what variants we play.
Oh, goody. Oh, this will be fun. I'm looking
of those 4 variants because we like playing with the variants. So,
I'm looking forward.
Stay tuned for that. But first, it's time for Rebecca's random review.
It is. So let me do some little mathicans. Give me a number between 1 and 7, all inclusive, of course. 1 and 7. 1 and 7. And so I wait. 42. Haha, you're funny. Hike. Dan. Okay. Man, you got a new troll. Ironically, the name New Troll is the one that followed directions.
Well,
Troublemakers.
I think those numbers came out as soon as I said.
Probably. 3, huh? Okay. 3 it is. Give me a number between 1 and 12. All included. 1 and 12.
They can see that. They can't see which shelves is which.
They don't know which one. I'm random. I don't pick them in
it's
order.
That one right there. Right there.
You can say what you want,
In
but
the
you don't
corner.
know which way
right
I
behind
do it.
Rebecca.
You don't know what numbers I'm doing 1 through 12.
So
Hey, lady.
you can't see the 2 at the top.
Hush.
And there's games at the very,
Oh
very
my
top.
gosh, Hunter. 1. James, I saw yours first. All right. Now pick a number 1 through 4. 1 through 4.
Tau. They said tau.
Guys are goobers. Bingo. 2. All right, Zareth. 2. Oh, wow. I think we might have done this one before.
We're not doing it again.
Huh? It's random.
Is it Goblet?
No.
Which one is it? We done that one.
Have we?
We done all of those.
Then I'm randomly picking.
I'm pretty sure we done every one on that shelf.
Probably, but that's why it's random.
Have we done the Adventurers? That's out of print though.
What does it matter? It's a random review. I don't think we have.
All right, then do it.
I'm randomly picking this one.
We did it before. Oh well.
Well, the other one you guys know very, very intimately, especially since most of you are Dice Tower peeps. So, we are going to talk to you today about The Adventurers, The Temple of Chalk. So, this is a miniature Indiana Jones in a box game. And this game is greatness. Let me see if I can show you some of the fun stuff in this. I love this game because it's hilarious. The object of this game is to get through, snatch up as much treasure as you can carry, and make it out alive. The thing is, the more treasure you get, the heavier it becomes, and the slower you go, and the need for speed increases as the game goes on. See, it is your power.
It said it wasn't bad.
I know it said it wasn't, but sorry, we're trying to fix it. All right, it went away. Cross your fingers. So here's the fun part. The board game starts off looking like a normal board game, but in one section of the board, you have these little walls, little plastic walls, and each round, they move closer and closer together, and you have to run through the middle of these before they clap together. You kids get crushed and died. That's cool. Okay? Then you got the next, and meanwhile, I forgot to tell you about this part. This is my favorite. This is the Indiana Jones of greatness. See this big plastic ball? Every turn, you roll a die, I believe, and it moves a certain number following on the path. And if you don't get out before that either blocks your exit or runs you down, you get crushed and you die. There's that. That's fun. And then there's also like this lava room where you're running through and you've got to remember the patterns that you can get glimpses of on the tiles. And those are the safe ones that you can walk on. Otherwise, like in Indiana Jones, you step on it and the tile breaks through and you fall into molten lava. Or as like to say, magma. And then, let's see, what's the other thing? There's that. Oh, there's also the river. And you have to roll to be able to swim. And if you're weighed down by a whole bunch of treasure, you might not be able to swim as well. So you could possibly drown unless you dump some of your treasure. I mean, it's stinking hilarious. I love this game. And you've got individual little characters. They're all just these, they're tiny. I don't think even if I brought them up close, I don't know if you could see them or not. You have to bring them pretty close. Little adventure, that's not too bad. Little adventurer dudes and dudettes. It's quite a funky hat this one has. Look at that. And then, let's see. This guy's got a big giant backpack on. Oh, he looks quite dapper. Very British, this guy. And, yeah, oh yeah, there's also the bridge. I forgot about the bridge. There's also a bridge and they have little plank pieces. And as each person walks across it, it weakens the bridge and planks fall off so there's gaps in it and you might not be able to cross it. You might have to take a detour to get out. There's all sorts of great stuff in this. It is hysterical. I love this game. And again, it's a little random Indiana Jones in a box. And it's hilarious because usually only 1 or 2 people playing make it out. Or you make it out alive and you have no treasure to speak of. I think it is. Yeah, it says 45 minutes. That's probably about right because it doesn't take you long to die. It's hilarious. Absolutely love this game. If you want just a silly, obviously Indiana Jones themed adventure game with a lot of chance involved, this is your game. Not that much setup either, really, for all the goofiness. All right, sir.
Back in the box review. Here we go.
Dying is the fun part.
Too much text. Look at all this text. Look at this. Look at all this text. What is all this?
Text.
Let's read it.
No.
At the heart of the Guatemalan jungle, famous archaeologists are about to explore the ancient Mayan temple of the rain god Chak. Chak? The adventurers put you in the role of these daring heroes in an exciting game unlike any you've played before. Inside, you will find adventurer figures and the components of the lost temple of Chak. Using them, you will construct and then attempt to survive the legendary temple. The adventurer escapes with the most archaeological treasures.
Archaeological?
But beware!
Oh, goodness.
Even if you survive the traps, you still have to race a boulder to the only exit. Nah, it's not too bad. Then you got a view of the game set up, which I love. I love it to see what the game looks like when you're playing. And then you got all your little stats over here. You have your components, which I love, and all your stats. And your choking hazard warning. Perfect. I give this a B+.
So is that a solid meh?
It's a solid meh plus.
So there you go. The Adventurers. I love it. Love it.
It's a good game.
No, it's a fun game.
It's a goofy game. It's very unique.
It's great when the more players you have.
This always goes like tip top of my most thematic games list when we're gonna be doing that fairly soon. I bet the most thematic games. We haven't done that in a while.
We haven't. Oh,
That one almost always. I think that one's made my list last time. If it didn't, it should have.
Yep.
And now it's time
to say goodbye. Oh no.
for unspeakable things. Unspeakable words. All right. So here's how you play unspeakable words.
This is greatness.
So, you have a deck of cards. The entire deck is nothing but letters. Different letters.
Oh, that's why you kept that die. Excuse me. Pardon.
Letters. There's just a bunch of letters. See? Letters.
Oh, so you're saying there's letters? Are you saying there's letters?
Each letter is worth a certain number of points, and strangely enough, the points are based on how many straight lines are in the letter. So, for example, a 0 is 0 points because there's no straight lines.
Wouldn't that be an O?
An S, yeah, no. An S has no straight lines, so it's 0 points. An A has 5. It's really 3 straight lines, but there's 5 sections of lines.
Okay, I think
so
we
it's
can
5 points. No, seriously.
No, I know.
An E
Here's the good part.
has 4 straight lines.
No one cares.
So it's
Here's the
worth
good part.
4 points.
Here's the good part.
What?
The good part.
So what you're going to do, you're going to have a hand of 7 cards, and you're going to make a word with those 7 cards. It has to be a real word, just like Scrabble and other things. It has to be a real word. And then it's worth a certain number of points. So let's say I make the word, let's find a word here. I'll make a random word. Oh, look at this. There's rose. R-O-S-E, rose. Baby. No, it's an E.
Can you spell? Uh-oh, he's already gone crazy, people.
Got the wrong letters. Rose. There we go. R-O-S-E. S-O. Rose. Anyway, rose is worth a total of 8 points. So what I do is I take a 20-sided die. If I get an 8 or higher, I get 8 points. If I get
keep score.
less than an 8, I lose one of my little Cthulhu miniatures. If you run out of Cthulhu miniatures, you lose the game. You've been eliminated. So that's one way to win, is the only person left standing. The other way to win is to get to 100 points.
Yeah,
But you get your points no matter what.
You get your points no matter what.
Yes.
But you can die and then you lose.
You get your points no matter what. But if you don't roll higher than your number or equal to or higher than your number, you lose one of your Cthulhu guys. You lose all your 3 days, you're out.
Aren't they cute?
But
So
if you
cute.
get to 100 points, you also win. But the stickler is, when you breach the 100-point mark, you cannot go crazy. You can't lose. You have to roll higher than your amount. So, for example, let's say I'm at 90 points. I make a 12-point word. I have to roll a 12 or higher to win, or I don't get my points. It's only when you breach the 100-point mark. You basically have to have a successful roll to win.
Yep.
Okay? You are allowed to discard all your cards and draw a new set of 7 cards with no penalty.
But it's lame.
That is the rules of the game.
Did you already talk about the being crazy the last round?
That is a variant that we're going to decide whether we play with the variant.
But we always
I
play with
just
that.
told you the rules. Now the variants. There's
That's
4
the
variants.
best variant.
There's 4 variants,
You need to do
and
that
we can
variant.
play with one or all of the variants, or any number in between. Here are the variants. Here are the variants of the game. The unspeakable oath.
Unspeakable oath?
When you only have 1 pawn remaining, you can make a word out of any letters. There's no rules on making your word. You're a little bit crazy, so that's a word to you. So you can just play all 7 of your cards. You can just pick whatever cards you want to play.
Was it a house rule, or is it part of the variant? You have to define your word. Was that our house rule?
Yeah, we had to say what the
We
word,
house ruled.
We
We
had to define what your word meant. So that's variant number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, if you discard your hand of cards, the other players, or player in this case, can look at your cards, and if they can make a word,
Oh, yeah!
you have to play that word
You have to play the word that...
they created.
Okay.
So if you discard your cards, you better not be able to make a word. So that's 2. That's called spellbinding. Number 3.
I don't know if I can do that live.
Number
We'll see.
3.
Oh, that'd be funny. Okay.
I guess 2 and 3, you can only pick one of these. So the other thing you do when you discard your hand is you're allowed to roll against the entire total of your hand. And if you beat that number, you get a Cthulhu pawn back.
Yeah. Boo. No.
They're
We do not-
voting. They're voting.
No, yeah, Nick already said, let us play with the variant that will result in the game ending the soonest.
I'm with you, Nick. Where's Nick? Nick, thumbs up, Nick.
I've seen Play Unspeakable Oath by Dean
And then there's
Tom.
number 4 is last word. So if someone breaches that 100-point mark,
We're not going to play that one, probably.
all the other players have a chance, one more turn,
Oh, we've always played with that,
to
too.
beat the 100 points.
We've always played with that variant, too.
There you go.
We've played with that variant.
What do you guys think? Or were you just going to let us decide what we're going to play with? Is there 5? Is it 5 pawns?
Just make sure your discarded cards are swear words. Then they probably won't make you play your cards. Good luck with that.
Do we get 5 pawns?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Yep.
Are you surely sure?
Uh-huh. Because I can read. Check that out. Do I need to show you? I'm going to waste time
She
looking
is
at
right.
it? Yeah, I usually am.
All variants.
All the variants?
So what would you want to play where...
Neutral!
You probably were more excited about the...
Did you read the rest of what neutral said?
What did he say?
All variants. I wasn't paying attention anyways.
Yeah, I saw that. So, we'll play with everything,
That's
except we have to pick one. Is it the other player builds a word, or that you can roll... Well, let's say this. We'll play with everything. If the other player can't do a word, then you are allowed to roll against your entire hand to get a thing back. If the other player doesn't make a word. We're going to play with everything.
Yeah, maybe.
Here we go.
Maybe.
Here we go. And you can go first here, or do you want to roll?
It's only funny because we usually, get in character and be stupid about it and all that kind of good stuff. That's why. It's not cave bear, it's Kawe Ursum, beware of the bear. We had a Latin days at Baylor. And then there's Hunter, my little Bubba Gump.
All right, so he goes first. I got a 9.
Hello.
Keep it in the thing.
Good luck, it's foam, it bounces. 5.
I go first.
And this is how I die.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Ooh.
Is that? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Rope.
Are you serious? You have a word? Oh, you want to die. Look at the score. Okay, he's got 6. Oh my gosh, 13.
13.
I keep looking at that thinking that O is a 9, but it's a 0.
13. I got 13 or
Hunter,
higher. Here we
Hunter
go.
wants
Here
to
we go.
die.
Here we go.
This would be a good drinking game.
This actually doesn't roll enough.
I didn't say that.
Where's the other die?
The one that's in here. It's
Yeah.
hard to. The only thing they did, they made a clear die. What is wrong with people
here,
that think's impossible to read?
We have something back
Yeah,
here?
you have 20,000 different die.
Here's a 20. We can cheat and do a 22 sided.
No, it's 24 sided.
All right, here we go. We'll do this orange guy.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
That one, that's
I need a 13 or higher. You ready?
Go for it.
7.
Okay, make the sounds.
What?
You go crazy.
I'm not crazy yet. I got 4 more left.
But you're going crazy.
Give me my 13 points.
Oh my gosh. Not even.
I'm winning.
Well, here's the fun part. I don't have a word.
You really don't have a word? Well, I'm gonna make a word.
You're gonna make a word?
Yep.
Okay. Make a word out of that.
M-U-M. Mum.
Oh, freak.
Done.
You suck.
Pow!
What do I do? Throw this away?
No, you have to
Oh,
play.
I just have to roll
You
it?
have to play.
Oh, I thought I get penalized. I should get penalized. Ah! I got 15, sucker, for my lousy 6 points. How did I miss mum? Stinking Texans. You and your mums. Please give me
That was
vowels.
me dropping the
I'm
mic.
tired. Yeah, dropping the mic.
All right, let's
Okay.
see.
Wow, can I get some good cards, please? This is garbage.
Garbage!
Dean, that shirt's awesome.
C-R-O-N-E. Crone.
Wow, look at you.
10 points. Boom, baby. 20. Natural 20. I get a double points for
No,
that.
you don't get double points for natural 20s. Garbage. Oh, man. How about a nice game of chess? Okay. Again, my cards are crap, but I have run for 6 points. This is how I never win this game going to 100. Hey, look at that. I rolled an 8. All right. I survived. Give me 3 cards. Please give me vowels.
Let's see.
Okay. Oh, it's on now. You done yet?
Nope. Sorry.
Really? I'm shocked.
Well, I'm trying to do a really high point word here. War games. Oh my gosh. Is
gosh.
ba a word? B-A-H? Ba?
Sure, it's slang. Why not?
Ba! For 14 points.
Bah. Roll that bah.
14 points.
Do it.
Here we go.
I don't know why I need to break.
Boom, baby! I rolled a 12.
Whee!
But I'm winning.
Okay, are you?
I am winning.
You are winning. Until I go live, baby! Which is 10
points.
Since I've been rolling single digits. This isn't good. And...
So
woohoo!
you're at 4, I'm at
I'm
3.
going crazy already. I'm going cuckoo for Cocoa
You gotta put your
Puffs.
dudes where they can see.
Oh, can you not see my dudes?
They're all together and like.
They're all like, they're having a meeting. Discussing my insanity. Can I have 4 cards of crap, please?
1, 2.
That seems to be my
3,
thing.
4.
Yep. Oh, I loved Upwards. My family played Upwards all the time. Ooh. Let's see.
Look at this word. You ready for this?
No.
Guilty.
Like, run. And you're getting
Guilty.
real words. This is
Guilty.
garbage.
Look at that. How many points is that? That's a lot of points.
points.
2, 6, 7, 9, 12 points. Here we go. 12 or higher. Boom. That counts.
It's a 4. You should have looked before you said that counts. Okay. Wow, and here I am with my big 3-letter word, tax. But that's okay because I have 11. 11 points. This is where I go down in flames because we all know I roll a 3. Woo!
So she got 3 and I got 2.
Yep, it's down to crazy time. 3 more garbage cards, please.
Alright. See how amazing this game is? This is an awesome game.
It's funny when you're with a group and... Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Maybe I can make something out of this.
Alright, 2 dudes left. Should I play the odds and go with lower numbers? Or should I go crazy?
Go crazy, baby.
Nah, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up and try to play the game right.
Lame.
So I want about a 7-point word. 7-point word.
Yeah, see, we usually do only rolls in the dice tray count, but he said it counted as he looked down, so that's on him. That's on him.
That's a 12-point word.
Ooh, Pools of Radiance. Ooh, Scrabble. Upwards. Oh my gosh. See, and I loved Upwards even more than Scrabble because I liked the 3-dimensional play of it.
Alright, I'm gonna go with the 8-point word.
Oh, I love that.
Sir. Sir.
Sir, gonna
Excuse
go crazy.
Me, sir.
8 points, you said?
And 8 exactly. Boom.
This is some crap. Oh yeah, instead of your sir, I raise you a sir.
Surf. 7.
It's
huh?
only a whopping 7 points though. I'm just killing it here. And I probably roll. Oh!
She actually got it.
I rolled a 13. It's a miracle. 4 cards, please.
Oh.
Pretty please. Or you can put that in the middle.
Nah,
whichever.
I need breaks from using my brain. Alright, I want about another 7-point word. Let's see.
Huh.
That was a 7-point word. Where would I be? That's an 11-point word. That's not 7.
Hunter is trying to speed it up. He's crazy.
No, I got it. Lay. L-A-Y. 9. 9 points.
All right.
Here we go. Kapow.
What is with 5? You're rolling like me. Oh, he's down to the wire. Is it time to start being crazy?
Yep, I can make any word I want. And I have to, house rule, I have to define what the word means.
Oh my gosh. Mine's boring. I have din. Din. It's 8 points.
It's not a word.
Din means noise, dork. All right. 16. For once, I'm not the one going crazy. All right. So.
What was that again?
Give me 3 cards.
All right, here's my 7-point word. 7 points. 7 points.
You done yet?
My word is kinge.
Okay.
Kinge.
What's it mean?
It's like when you're like on the edge of a cliff
Okay.
and you take one step back, you're on the kinge of the cliff.
Okay. I like it. Sounds like something you'd be scared of.
So if I roll,
not like
if I roll
like a crazy way.
Less than a 7, Rebecca wins the game. But we all kind of win.
Wow.
I made it. 7 points, baby.
I give it to you. All right, it's time for me to zap. It's 10 points. I'm catching you. I'm kidding. I'm not.
What am I at? 73?
You're a 73. Ha ha! What's this nonsense? It's like, hey, let's extend the game.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
All right. My word is Ioe.
Okay.
That's when you stub your toe at 2 a.m. at night. I got an Ioe.
An owie? I like it. How many points is your
8
owie?
points.
8? Oh, okay.
If I roll a less than an 8,
He's already getting up to the 100 range. So
Rebecca wins. And I lose.
6.
Rebecca wins.
You didn't even go that crazy. You didn't even play this up. You're trash. Like, oh my goodness. Okay, it's really fun when you have a goofy group of people that enjoy the game. Okay, it's just a silly game, like I said. Take it for what it is.
Now, in the comments and in the chat, you can say whether I'm justified.
I didn't say it was an amazing game! Oh my gosh, I said it's a silly game.
This game is an owie.
But
It's an owie.
You're an owie to play about. Yeah, huh?
An owie.
And the little Cthulhu's.
Little Cthulhu's are cool.
They're cool.
What'd you do with the die?
You rolled a 3 again.
I can't roll high, apparently.
Apparently not.
Yeah, my rolls are always so amazing compared to Rebecca's rolls. Owie! That hurts.
Oh, man. You guys are talking about malls? Oh my gosh, yeah. We used to do musical ensembles and stuff at the mall. I thought everybody did that at malls. Like, all had musical groups. What's wrong with you?
Actually hit the mic.
I
That's
know, the
pretty
mic
good.
probably went and deafened everyone.
Owie!
Everyone hates you. They're saying owie. They're like, unsubscribe.
Oh wait, I gotta log that play.
Oh my gosh.
I need my
What?
I need
You
right-
can log it
I
on your
remember-
BG
I actually
stats.
that counts as a play.
Oh.
Unspeakable words.
Oh my gosh.
The score was what was your score?
Oh my gosh.
I scored 0.
81 to 58.
No, I got
you
I got
died. I got
0.
51. Yeah, you died.
58.
58.
58.
I won with 58 points. Don't encourage him, Jobby.
What is that? What did he say?
Yeah, eardrum out. He said, "Nice shot, Hunter."
Yeah. I bumped right off the top of the mic.
No. Do not encourage this behavior.
Oh, he actually heard it. Hit the mic.
How would you not hear that, dude? It's not silent. What's wrong with you?
My bad.
See, the Cthulhu game got to him. He really did go crazy.
No,
We've gotten to 100 points several times in this game.
I was playing a bit recklessly.
He was. Usually we're a little
If I'm
more...
actually trying to win, I do like I did at
Balance
the end,
it.
about 7, 8, 9
Yeah.
point words usually.
balance them. Yep. We usually have a fight. Rarely, sometimes the cards are just mean, and then everyone is just like, well, let's see who goes crazy.
I like that
And
I
then-
made a word out of letters that you couldn't figure out a word for.
Yeah, that was garbage. It's only because
that
it was
made
live.
the game
That
for
would
me.
be- oh my
That was the
gosh.
highlight of that game. Mum was the highlight of that game.
Stupid moms. I hate
All right,
moms.
next week, 1 week from tonight, we will be doing our top 10 essential expansions.
Ooh, oh, that's gonna be tough.
I expect a
Ooh.
lot of crossover, but probably in different orders.
Yeah, probably.
But there's a lot of games that you love that I don't love as much.
Really, no one would ever guess that.
And there's a lot of games I love a lot more than she does.
Oh my god.
Top 10 essential expansions. 1
See,
week.
that's hard for me because there's very. This will be a really interesting experiment because I feel like there's a lot of games that don't need the expansion.
Well, you're gonna go from I would assume for our list because we don't.
most essential.
You're gonna have like crazy essential at the top,
yeah.
and by the time you get to number 10, you're talking ones that improve
Just really
that
good.
improve the game quite a bit.
yeah.
That aren't necessarily like the game
Ooh.
just stinks without it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have any base games that are bad without an expansion.
I disagree with that. You'll have to tune in next week to know which game I'm talking about. Hunter knows.
But yeah, we probably have just a rough guess. We probably have 100 expansions.
Anymore. It's crazy.
We
how
probably
many
have at
expansions
least
we have. It's
100
ridiculous.
expansions.
Well, 50 of them are in Terraforming Mars.
I'm gonna tell Bonacore. You said
tell
that.
Bonacore if you're watching.
I'm gonna go on the Bonnet. I'm gonna
You
go.
just
I'm
tell
gonna
him,
go.
send him the link.
I'm gonna go on the
And I will
Stronghold
tell him to
Happy
his
Hour
face. He will laugh at me.
and tell Bonacore
You tell
that
him.
you hate Terraforming Mars.
You can. I didn't say I hated it. I said there were 50 expansions. That are two totally different things. There are 500 expansions to Terraforming Mars. Okay, maybe slight exaggeration, but still, I'm just saying.
I would say we.
I love Terraforming Mars.
I mean,
Bonacore
just
knows it
off
too.
the top of my head, glancing
Whatever.
around at our games, I can think of 5 games at least
that
that
are
I would
essential?
never play without the expansions.
Oh, I'm sure when I think about it too. I'm gonna have to look around more than you. It just doesn't pop in. I don't pay attention once we have put the expansions in the game. That becomes the game a lot of times for me, so it's hard for me to discern. So I'm gonna have to probably look at Board Game Geek a little bit and do some research. But I am curious about that because I could think of a handful already. And it's kind of surprising now that I think about it. I'm like, there's more than I thought, but it's going to be hard for me to pick, like, and say it's really essential. We'll see.
So that's next week.
We'll
1 week from
see.
tonight. By the way, this last top 10 and the one that we're doing next week was voted on our guild, which I think is going to be a recurring theme. Every so often, I'm going to put a list of ideas that people have given.
I like what you guys pick.
Let you
It's
guys
fun.
vote on it, and we'll pick the top. If the top 2 or 3 that vote getters will be the next 2 or 3
I want to
that
make
we
a request
do.
then.
What?
Can we put in a poll for a live play request soon? You could we could make a selection of games and they could pick.
I think we should play 18 Chesapeake live.
You guys, if you're having trouble sleeping, turn this on. Hunter will explain the rules and you'll be out.
We're going to have to go and edit my the list of games you played to appease your spouse once you played the 18XX game. We have to edit like in the subtitles, whatever the comments or whatever.
Oh, by the way, I need to add this little asterisk. Now, we could, I guess. I don't know how exciting a game like that is to watch, though. That sounds very inactive. As far as I don't know. We'll put it in a poll. You guys can tell us.
But anyway, where I was going before I was so rudely interrupted.
I don't know what you're talking
Down in the description of this video, there is a link to our Board Game Geek Guild. So if you want to vote on future top 10s, among other things.
Do it.
We also there's also a thread, a forum post going of top 10 suggestions, and I use a lot of those to build the polls. So leave top 10 suggestions there. Vote on our top 10s when they come up. And there's also a calendar that has our shows. We're pretty consistent every Tuesday night, our time anyway. It may be Wednesday morning or it may be Tuesday morning, depending on where you're from. I don't know. Anyway.
Math.
I have a calendar that I update. Each month I put a full month of what our shows are for the month. So that's pretty consistent now. Top 10 variety show, top 10 variety show.
Typical.
I'm going to leave it with this. If you haven't heard, Dice Tower Con East was canceled today. So I don't know when we're going to go to another Dice Tower event.
I don't know when we're going to another event.
Well, that's that too, but it's going to be a while for it. But anyway, we're very, very disappointed, but we're already looking forward to next year. They already have a contract with the Caribe Royale. They're going back to the Caribe Royale.
I'm so excited. I love the
location
Caribe.
of former Dice Tower Cons, so we're excited about that because it's much more family friendly.
Yep.
Our teenage daughter will probably want to go because there is an amazing pool there.
Yeah.
Sad but understandable. I mean, consider the current climate of things going on. It was the right thing to do. So, even though the way it seems to be going, stuff is starting to open up a little bit here and there, but not enough to put 1,000 people within 100 feet of each other.
Nope. Even if it was, I wouldn't want to go at this point.
So, sad news, but not completely unexpected news.
Yeah, so we'll have to make up. Maybe we'll have to. I know that Tom's going to be doing. You'll have to go and look at the channel because he had a pretty cool announcement.
He's calling it like the Dice Tower Summer Extravaganza.
Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be a lot of fun stuff, and I think. I don't know. We'll have to see if he's. I think he's looking for volunteers and stuff, so maybe we'll have to volunteer to do some shenanigans.
Maybe.
And if nothing else, too, maybe we can make up and do something in the summer, on our own channel too. We'll have to do something. We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
we got to make up for the lack of cons.
The school year ends,
my work begins. I'm probably building an online class, but
yeah, the rumor is Texas is going to have online classes,
or at least partially online. Yeah.
No, it's the.
Oh, I have been tuning it out just to get through the end of the year at this point.
It's becoming quickly. That's what's going to be the fall.
They've already
at
been
least
encouraging
in
us, to train for that sort of thing. So I am learning the art of changing a language course from in person to online, which they don't even do my master's classes online, or else I have a master's in classics right now. So this is going to be an exciting transition. But We got this. Because I already got, because of you guys, thank you, by the way, I have plenty of film experience. So my students will probably still have an exciting classroom. I feel for those poor kids.
All right, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you next week, and we'll talk about all the amazing expansions.
It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday. More shenanigans. Take care. Enjoy the spring weather. Bye.
Or fall weather.
Or fall weather, yes. If you're on the other side of the
or
world.
if you're close to the equator, the weather.
The weather. Yeah, enjoy the weather. You guys suck. No, just...
Bye.